happening here. So let's start with the warm-up exercises. Let's bring the hands up, arms straight out, turn the palms over, push down. We'll do that one more time, coming up. You want to have this sensation of rising and energy coming up into your body, pushing down, bringing the hands out to the side, up overhead, taking a deep breath and pushing down. So here we're scooping up energy from the earth, bringing it up overhead, taking energy from the heavens and pushing down to the lap. Okay. Coming up again from the lap, holding the palms facing each other, opening and closing. Turning the palms in, pulling in, inhaling, pushing out, exhaling. Try to feel this gentle resistance against pulling in and pulling out. Open up the hands, arms straight out, all the way back, touching your shoulder blades together if you can. And now arms stretched out, push in, pull into holding a ball into the chest. Inhale, push out. Expand all the way out. Close. Breathe out. Contract. Expand. Pull out. Push in. One more. Pull in. Push out. Slow and relax. And bring your hands down to your lap. Take a few breaths. Bring the hands up. Palms facing each other, holding a ball, open and close. Now I want you to twist the hands in opposite directions. And bring the palm that's up, turning at the waist, bring it out to the side and look at it as you swing down and block to the back and to the other side with the other hand. Turn and look. Come back to the ball. Twist in the other direction, block down, turn, and look. Like you're looking in a mirror to the side, holding a mirror. Turning left and right. Try to isolate your neck. Don't turn at the waist. Keep your body nice and round. That's called, remember, that's called pung energy, roundness. Now, come back, open and close. Bring the hands down to your lap and take a few breaths. Coming up, holding the ball. Turn the ball over and pull to the side that your fingers are pointing to. Rotate the hands back to front, holding the ball. Turn the palms over again. See, you're rotating the palms in opposite directions in all of these exercises, turning and pulling. Now you want to be turning at the waist. This is a spine exercise. Nice and slow. See how far you can stretch without endangering yourself. You know, you go to your limit on this, on all of these exercises. Turning. Sitting up straight, raising the crown. Tuck your chin in. Look out. Look out into the distance. Eagle vision. And come back holding a ball. You can open and close. And if you like, cross your hands, swoop out, up and over, take a closing breath, and down. You can do that anytime you want. This opening and closing and scooping up and down is a way to kind of re-equilibrate your energy. Bring the palms up, open and close if you wish. Okay. This time we're going to turn the palms and rotate the palms to one side, fingers pointing out. So in this case, I'm rotating both palms counterclockwise. I'm sorry, clockwise. And then push one palm out and pull the elbow of the other palm back. So the fingers are pointing forward and I'm pushing out with both palms. Rotating both palms in the other direction to the left, turn and push to the right. Or the other side, doesn't matter. Turn and push. Twist, turn both palms, push out in front, bring the other palm back. Imagine putting something aside and just keep going. Remember to breathe. Coming back to center, holding the ball, open and close. Cross the hands, swoop up, over, deep, deep breath, exhale, come down and relax. Okay. Let's exercise the fingers. Let's just bring your hands up, make two fists in front of your chest, and flick your fingers in and out forward. Just keep going with that. This is great for arthritic hands, especially in the morning. I often do this before I get up. Wake up, lie in bed, and I'll just do this exercise. I'll do 100 of them. Now you wake up and your joints, all your joints have compressed, right? They're stiff. So this is a really good one if you have joint problems in your fingers, arthritis, or gout. It's stretching the tendons. At the same time, strengthening the muscles, lubricating your joints, and moving the blood around into your hands, squishing it in and out. Okay, good. I like if you're feeling if your hands are feeling tired from this exercise, that's good. That means you're getting something out of it. Okay, make two fists, throw the fist back with the heart of the fist up. Right back to your sides, the elbow straight back. We're going to twist punch out, turning the palm around 180 degrees so that when you're stretched out, the heart of the palm is facing down. At the same time, you're going to kick with your other foot and bringing the foot back and the hand back to the starting position. The other side, twist, punch out, kick with the other foot. So you're punching and kicking with alternate hands and feet. Good. Good job, Cindy. Chad. Nancy, excellent. This is very linear. All right, keep going. All right, Cindy and Jeremiah and Amanda, if you want, and Angela, And Jasmine, I'm going through here. I can't see you. If you like, encouraged to turn your video on so I can see what you're doing. And, if you need some help, I can give that to you. So you're punching out straight right through the shoulder line and kicking with the other foot. Now, if you can't kick up like I'm doing here, I'm kind of exaggerating. Yes, I'm exaggerating. Just kick out with your toe. And if you can't kick out, imagine that you can kick out. Nice and slow. So these twisting motions, these twisting torsional motions, spiraling, they are characterized as spiraling forces, and spiraling forces have more energy than just simple linear forces. We're kicking and punching. All right, good. Come back, closing breath if you'd like, up and down, and relax. Okay, good. All right, so let's do a few of these Bagua palm changes. So in Bagua, as you're walking a circle, clockwise and counterclockwise, you're constantly changing position, stepping inside and out of the circle. We're sitting here. But what you're doing is using your hands and your palms to defend yourself and to strike and defend yourself. And there are basically 8 movements that are used, and they're called palm changes. Okay, palm changes. And so the first one is called single palm change. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring the hands, and you're going to make your hands as if spread your fingers apart and imagine that you're holding a ball, like a ping pong ball, inside this finger. So you want to spread your fingers apart and cup your hand like that. So these are called tiger claws. We bring one palm in, or one claw in under the elbow, and the other straight out. And we're going to do it to the side, and then we're going to do it to this side, the other side. All right. So if I do it sideways, it's going to look like this and like this. All right, so here you're protecting yourself, especially the ribs. You're protecting your ribs, your groin, and here you're using this hand here to ward off a strike. Okay, and so what we're going to do is turn the palms over, scoop back underneath the elbow, and come up and pull one hand in and the other out. So we're going to thrust under the armpit, pull in, thrust out, and then over to the other side. When we get over to the other side, we're going to turn the palms over and push out in the other direction. So here's the starting position in the other direction. Single palm change, turn both palms over, push, thrust under the elbow and the armpit, pull the front hand in, push out, up and over to the other side. Turn, thrust, pull in and out, and over to the other side. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. See if you can do it seamlessly now. Good. Take a closing breath. That's single palm change. Now we're going to do back body palm change. And back body palm change uses this circular motion, okay, called the teacup exercise. It's called the teacup strike. So what we're doing is holding a teacup in our hands, turning the teacup up. We turn the palm over, holding the teacup. We bring the teacup around, the palm around, imagining that we're holding that tea and not spilling it, and bringing it around to the front. And so the movement looks like this. So if you stretch out your hand like a stop sign, turn the palm over, palm facing up, bringing it in and around in a circle, across your chest and out like you're serving tea. Turn the palm over, bringing it around and through. Over, bringing it around and through. And the other hand, place the hand out, turn the palm over, bring it around and across. Over, around and across. Over and around and across. So this is a very good exercise for the rotator cuff muscles in your shoulders. You can just do this exercise. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now we're going to start here in the dragon palm position. We're going to bring the one hand across, turn the palm up, around, over, and strike back. So now both hands are crossed. Go to the other side. Bring the hand across the chest, palm up, rotate around, strike, cross your hands. Keep going to one side and the other. 1, 2. Bend the arm, bring the arm across the chest, palm up, rotate around like you're holding a tray, strike back. The other side. The other side. The other side. And one more. Okay, good. So that's back body palm. And the third one we're going to do is called cover body palm. In cover body palm, we always start out in the same posture with the dragon palm to one side or the other. It doesn't matter which side. Okay, that's your ready position. And now what you're going to do is you're going to turn both palms over, facing up. And what you're going to do is you're going to continue around the back, turning your back and looking back, both palms up, striking back, bringing the palm over your head, back over your head, and the palm around your head, like you're taking your hat off, the palm facing out, protecting the other side. So you're in this kind of weird position with one palm up underneath the armpit and the other palm rotated around, protecting your head, palm facing out. And now you're in a position where you bring the upper palm down and lower palm up and slide them across each other, one coming down, the other coming up. And you're in this position of palm that we do this exercise where you come out at the beginning, where you rotate and block down and come out to the side. So that one hand is up here and the other hand is down here, palm down at the waist. So let's try that again on that side. Number one is turn both palms over, reach, turn, twist all the way back, bring the right palm up over your head, palm facing out to the other side of your head, blocking. Bring the lower palm up and the upper palm down, brushing the palms past each other, one palm down, the other up, right palm down, left palm up. And let's try the other side. Dragon palm facing out, turn the palms over, reach back, reach around with the left hand across over the head, palm facing out, left palm facing out, facing the right side, on the right side of the head. And now bring the lower palm up, the upper palm down, brushing past each other. And again on that side, pushing to the left, turn the palms over, reach back, turn, twisting at the waist. Bring the left palm up over the head and around. Bring the lower palm up, the upper palm down, and striking, brushing the palms past each other, striking out and blocking back. So it looks like this, all right? Or it looks like this. That's how you end up. All right. How are you guys doing with that? Do I see smiles or frowns? Okay. That's Bagua. Okay, Bagua. So we did a little bit of that. Those are the three, actually the three palm changes that are used in most of the routines in Bagua. Okay, so now I want to spend a little bit more time on our discussion of the body mechanics that we use in Tai Chi. Okay, these are very fundamental principles. And so we talked about a number of them so far. So the first one I think that we discussed was this feeling of, or a mechanical feeling of silk reeling, all right? Silk reeling. And the idea with silk reeling is to feel a connection between different parts of your body as you move. And you imagine that these parts are connected by a silk thread. And that as you move your hands or your feet, whatever, in different directions, you have this feeling of stretching the thread. And with that, so the question is, well, why? You know, why bother with all that? Well, but you bother with it because it connects all the meridians of your body. So it makes you aware of what one part of your body is doing with respect to the other part of your body. If you imagine that you're stretching something between them, okay, so that's why it's important. The second concept that we talked about was the ground path, and if you recall, the imagery of the ground path, or the idea of the ground path, is that all of the movements that we're going to be doing, even if we're doing them in the sitting position, involve feeling a connection between the ground and your hands. So we're not moving through space, floating through space. We are always pushing against something, and it's coming from the ground up. So the ground is the connection. We make that connection between the ground and our hands and our arms and feet. So the connection starts from the ground and works its way up through the waist and then finally to the arms and the hands. Now, we are sitting. So if you think about it, part of the connection that we make if we're sitting is connection between our butts and the chair, right? And so you should still have that feeling of connecting. The part of your body connected to the ground is really your butt, right? If you're in the sitting position. And so you want to feel that connection. And you can even feel it if you have feeling in your feet, okay? Then you can feel your feet connected to the ground, your butt connected to the ground, and then feel the energy from those connections into your hands and your arms as we move, okay? The third thing we talked about was pung energy. And really what it is rotational force or rotational energy. And remember that all the movements we do in Tai Chi, we use this kind of open roundness. And all of the movements are basically circular in nature, circular in nature, right? If we're turning the hands away from each other, those are circular movements, right? we're bringing one hand up, one hand down. Those are circular spiraling movements. So circular and spiraling movements are really the same thing. So literally all of the movements in Qigong, all of the significant movements in Tai Chi have a circular nature to them. And it's through this circularity that we generate energy using circular spiral forces, okay? And so that's called Pung energy. And one example of that is if I were going to divert a force coming in to me, I would rotate my hand, my arm in this position to push that, to deflect that force coming in away from it, using that spiral circular motion to deflect the force coming in. And what that does is impart it changes the direction of the force coming in the opposite direction. I don't know if you can imagine that, because I don't have someone here to explain that. But if I to actually show you that, but if you imagine somebody striking out this way, and I intercept that force spiraling in this direction, it's going to impart a spiral force of the opponent's punch at me in the opposite direction. So it's kind of like turning a screw in one direction and just kind of creates a force in the other direction. It's kind of hard to explain that, but this actually works, and you don't need to use a lot of force if you use these deflection techniques and spiraling deflection techniques. And so, so that's called Pung energy. And then an example of that is if you take a beach ball and you put it down in the water and you try to press the ball down, what will happen is as the pressure increases, the ball will tend to spin out from under you. And so it's very difficult to push down on a ball in water without it spinning out from under you. And so all the ball is doing is deflecting your energy down by spinning in the opposite direction. Can you imagine that? And so that's the ball is exerting hardly any energy. It's just using your energy to deflect it, the force off in the opposite direction, right? So if you push down and a little to the right, the ball spins around the other way. So that's an example of Pung energy. And the fourth one that I wanted to introduce to you today is called Dantian energy. Now, the way to explain Dantian energy is the Dantian is an area here about 2 inches below your belly button and about 3 inches back toward the spine. And it's also the center of gravity of the human body. And all of the rotational energy in your waist starts or initiates from the Dantian, which is this kind of microscopic point back here. Now I'm going to get up for a second and go get something to help you understand this concept. So here, what I'm trying to do is connect all these, make a connection between all of these different forces. And so you can imagine that the carriage is your body, and this axle is your waist. See the axle moving back and forth? And the wheels are your hands and your arms. And so as the waist moves, the axle moves, it drives the energy into the arms and the hands, which are the wheels. But where does that torsional energy come from to drive this axle? It comes from this little pin. And this pin is, the axle is like your waist, the wheels are your hands and your arms. And this little pin is your Dantian. And it's hardly moving at all. the middle of that is actually not moving at all, if you the exact center. And as you get further away from it, the movement increases. The distance increases. So the farther you get out from this middle of this pin, the greater the distance that the object can move. And so that's why you can generate a big force by making a very small movement. And so you might think of that pin as your dantian. And so in reality, and a lot of people don't really appreciate this, and even masters that teach Tai Chi, is that the energy in the waist actually initiates in the dantian. And that's what you feel moving if you really focus attention on your, pay attention to your body. As you twist around the waist, it's the force is initiated by very small movements in the dantian, which is the center of the human body, center of gravity of the human body. And so now we're going to put all of this together, or we're going to try to put all of this together by doing an exercise in the sitting position. And so what we're going to do is going to sit up straight, and we're going to use this exercise where we push to one side. Really, at the beginning that we did this exercise with the fingers pointing forward, pushing to one side and the other. And as we do this, all right, I want you to imagine a connection between either your butt, one cheek or the other, or your feet or both. As we push to one side, we drive that push or energy by pushing down using our butt on the other side, or our foot if we can. So as I push to the right, I'm sinking down to my left cheek and my left butt. As I push to the left, turn and push to the left, I'm sinking down, pushing with the cheek of the other butt. All right, so just feel this pushing, feel the connection between, this is the ground path. Okay, and now see if you can add something else. See if you can add the concept of reeling silk. Feel the connection between the hands as if they're connected by a silk thread. All right. And now as you do these movements, now turn your attention to your waist and imagine that your waist is turning before your hands. Just before your hands, your waist starts to turn in the other direction. So as my hands turn over to push in the other direction, my waist is already starting to push in that direction. And what you're doing here, if you think about it, is you're adding a whip-like energy. You're adding energy, connecting the energy of the waist to the energy of the hands. And now the fourth dimension is try to focus your attention on your dantian. And imagine the dantian turning, the waist, which is turning the hands. And so now you're making the connection between the dantian, the waist, the hands. You're putting all this together, pushing into the ground or into your cheeks. You're sitting, and you're imagining connection between the hands, the silk thread. Now it's hard to make these connections mentally all at the same time. And I would venture to say it's impossible. But what we're doing here in the way of an exercise is we're breaking it down, and we're forcing ourselves to think about these different energies individually and practice them individually, so that when we move doing the Tai Chi movements, our bodies we have body memory, and that'll all happen. All those connections will be made automatically. Does it make sense? Good. And all of these things we're doing involve the mind, and that's why Tai Chi is called an internal martial art. It's the mind that's making everything happen. All right. And by paying attention to all of these things in movement and making the mind-body connection in this way, our bodies will automatically relax, and it will induce a state of equanimity, euphoria, and relaxation. And this essentially is the principle. This is the essence of Tai Chi. It's not just moving the hands and the legs. It's moving the hands and the legs in a way that allows us to feel the connection between all these movements and our minds. Make sense? Okay, let's take a closing breath. So these are very complex. Actually, they're simple, but to actually make them happen is not that easy, and that's why we practice. That's the whole reason we practice. All right, let's rest a while. We've done a lot of work here. Let's see, Ann Smith. Let's see. I'm going to see if I can read this. Thank you for explaining that. Feel warmness coming out of my Dan Chin. Fantastic. Okay. Anybody else have any comments to make? Anything at all? So and so do these exercises. So you have a toolbox now for being able to make these connections, and these are body mechanics, and they're the basic body mechanics. We've discussed 4 of them now, right? Silk reeling energy, the ground path, the concept of roundness, pung, example of the beach ball rotating against a force. And finally, we talked about Dantian energy. And there are lots of other exercises you can do to get a feeling for Dantian energy. And if you go watch a belly dancer, go online and watch a belly dancer moving his or her stomach around in circular movements in different directions. They come up, bring the through the Dantian up and down and around. So I'm moving my Dantian up, in and down and out. And now the other way. Move the Dantian down, in, up and out and around. Put your fingers on your Dantian. Exaggerate the movements. And now let's use the Dantian like a gyroscope to turn at the waist to the right and to the left. And imagine your Dantian is leading the movement of the waist. The waist is turning to one side and the other, but it's really the Dantian connected to the waist that's leading this movement. And if you really want to get into belly dancing, and I can't do it because I'm not skilled at that, you can actually rotate the Dantian in all these different directions. You're not limited to back and forth and up and down and around. There's an infinite number of movements connecting all of these basic directions, to the left and to the right, up and down and around. One more example of this is we come up in our Tai Chi set and we come in and down in the commencement. And as I push out, I'm actually pushing my dantian down and out. So the movement through the dantian is down and out as I push through the hands. And that generates more energy as I push out. And so as I bring the hands up, we bring the hands down into the waist. Turn your dantian down and out. Swivel it down and out as you push out. The same with all the other movements. We do cloud hands to the left and the right. Imagine that the dantian is leading the movements through the waist into the hands. Pushing down into the chair, all right? Or the other way, right? Go this way, or we can go this way. All right, another exercise I like to do is moving the hands in different directions in different planes. So there are 4 planes. This is the frontal plane. So let's do it. Let's come up. Let's go around easy ones first. Coming around both hands. Let your dantian lead these movements. And now back the other way. All right. And now we're going to go convex. Feel this same movement in your center, in your dantian. Like a fountain, all right? This convex, and now concave. All right. And now we're going to do alternating figure 8 in one direction, right? And then alternating in the other direction. And you can do these same exercises in the horizontal plane, if you like, and also the sagittal plane, right? This way, right? And this way, and this way. Okay, good. All right, so one thing leads to another. As I get older, I'm seeing more of connections and things rather than differences. And let's see what time it is. Okay, 12:20. I always leave, somehow I always get the 10 minutes for Tai Chi. Okay, so of course we've been doing Tai Chi the whole time, just been leading you through these exercises, which are the basis or fundamentals behind the system itself. All right, so let's sit up straight. Sun style Tai Chi, bringing the hands up from the laps, arms straight out, fingers pointing down. Take a nice deep breath, bring the palms in, bring the palms down to the waist and push out. Exhaling, bringing the hands in, open and close. Relax, slow. Right. Now we're going to get our open and close. We're going to do single whip. We step to one side if we can. You can move your foot a little to the right or press down into the chair with your right cheek. Push out and extend. Bringing the right hand down across the lap, lining up under the left elbow. So that was single whip. Getting ready for cloud hands, we switch the hands up and down. Palms should be facing out. We pull across to the right. Bring both hands together, lining them up vertically, up and top and bottom. Switch up and down, maintaining the same distance between those hands on the right side. And now we're going to pull to the left. And as we pull to the left, make the dantian rotate, followed by the waist, followed by the hands. Switching up and down on the other side, the left side, as it were. Pulling to the right, together. One more time, up and down, pull to the left. Cupping the left hand up, palm up, bringing the palm up and across, turning forward, holding the ball open, close. Excellent. Setting up for brush knee right, rotate the palms to the right, left fingers on right elbow as we turn and look at the palm to the right, just like in that opening exercise that we did. As we turn and swivel around the waist, guided by the dantian, we block across with the left hand. That's the brush knee aspect of it. We pull that palm in, facing down at the hip, and push out. We should be facing directly forward now. Play the loop. Bring the upper palm down in an arc, like an oblong, kind of an oblong circle down as we bring the lower palm up to play the loop position. All right, so it should look like this, like we're playing a harp. Right hand down, top hand up, fingers pointing up. Both thumbs are facing towards you. Deflect, parry, punch. The first deflection, turn the right palm up, the upper palm down. Bring the left palm down, the outer palm down to the waist. Bring the upper palm up, sliding the palms past each other. Palm facing up, straight out at neck level. The lower palm is down again, the thumb attached to the hip and the palm facing down. Simply turn the palms over, left palm up, right palm down. Extend out, pull in, passing the palms past each other. Deflection number 2. Now your palm facing out should be up, right? And the palm facing down should be down. And if you turn your palms, the right palm, the lower palm up and the upper palm down, they'll be in the right position for this. Make 2 fists. Simply make 2 fists. Bring the left fist across over your chest. That's a parry across as you punch up and over the left wrist with the other palm. Excellent, Jasmine. With the eye of the palm, this is the eye of the palm facing up. So the punch isn't like this, the punch is this way up. All right. And it comes up from the waist and over the wrist, over the parry. But what you're doing is grabbing a wrist, pulling as it's coming in to hit you. You're grabbing the wrist, pulling it over and punching up to the face. Calling block, open both hands. Cross your hands, the fingers pointing out, palms facing out, fingers pointing in the opposite directions, like a butterfly. And now bring the palms in, the elbows in and down, and spread apart. Spread your hands apart slightly, about the distance between your ears. So you should see a triangle between, very nice, Jasmine. You should see a triangle between your fingers right in front. You're looking right through that triangle. Because the next thing you're going to do is bringing the hands down, just like in the commencement, to bring the hands down to push out. So this movement is actually not just simply pushing out, it's pushing down in a circular motion and out, remembering that circular motions are the essence of Tai Chi. Pang, Pung energy. Turn the palms facing each other, pull them in, and open and close. Breathing in and out. Let's go back to the other direction. Turn the palms out, single whip, push out, extend. Not too far. You want your hands to look like swallow wings. All right? Setting up for cloud hands. This time it's going to be cloud hands to the other side. We bring the right hand down underneath the left hand down underneath the right elbow, opposite of before. Switch up and down, palms facing out. Turn across the waist, palms together, vertically aligned. Switch up and down on the left-hand side. Pull to the right, slowly pull across. Feel the connection between your hands. Switch up and down. One more time. Let's go to the left. Switch up and down, pull to the right, turning at the waist. Turn the lower hand up, bring it up in an arc and across. As we turn to center, holding the ball, we open and close. Brush knee left. This is brush knee to the other side. This means that we're going to fold the hands over to the left, right fingers on left elbow, turning at the waist, looking back at that palm. As we turn to center, we strike across with the right hand, blocking as we push out straight with the left hand, bringing the right palm down with the right knuckle attached to the right hip. We should be facing forward. To play the loop, rotate the left palm down, the right palm up. We're playing the loop position. Deflect, parry, punch. There are going to be 2 deflections followed by a parry and a punch. We turn the lower palm up, the upper palm down to get in the right orientation. We strike out with the lower palm. We bring the upper palm face down to the waist. And so you can see that this movement is a movement up and a movement down. It's not linear. It's out and up and in and down. And even more so, not more so, at the same time, it's a complicated move. It's not linear. It's like this. It's like a figure 8. It's like a loop, see? It's like we did this exercise. Can you see this? How the hands are moving when we did these rotations in the horizontal plane, we did that exercise. We're not moving just back and forth. We're spiraling. We're spiraling. Those spiraling forces are what create the energy in Tai Chi. And so here, the lower palm is down, the upper palm is up. We turn the palms over, and as we push out, we're pulling in and down at the same time. We're pushing out and in and out. And so it seems like a simple movement, but it's actually quite complicated. Turn the palms over again. Now, right palm is up, down, and out. Left palm is up near the waist. And as we push up with the left palm and down with the right palm, passing them past each other, I want you to try to impart that spiraling energy, which I'm exaggerating. And the reason it's spiraling is it's really a deflection. And if we're going to deflect, the best way to deflect is out and in. That way we make sure that we're hitting the target and deflecting that target away from us. If we just go in and out, it's hard to judge exactly what position your hand should be in to deflect the force coming in. And so if we deflect in and then out, we make no doubt about making that connection. We don't have to think about it. All right, so where were we? Right palm up, left palm down. Make 2 fists. Hold the right fist over the chest as we punch up. I have the palm up of the fist up over that fist. Holding the right fist over, punching up over that right fist with the eye of the fist up. Good. What's next? Calling block. Open the palms up. Splay the fingers out. Cross your palms. Put them in front of your face, out, right in front of you. Bring your elbows in and back. It's not out like this. It's in and back and down. It's a splitting force. This is called a splitting force. Bring the elbows down and in, separating the hands till you see a triangle in front of your face. Thumbs should be pointing at each other. Fingers are pointing up, slanted in. Beautiful. Bring the hands down to the waist. Push down and out. Now, when you push down and out in all these movements, you don't want to totally extend your hands. We never want to lock. We never want to lock a joint. We always want to have some roundness. We always want to have pump, roundness. Even out like this, there's roundness in the arm. Pushing out, bringing the palms in, facing each other, and open and close. It's 12:32. And so as we come in and we open and close, if we bring the palms straight out now, fingers pointing out, like we're holding a ball, nice and slow, relax. And now bring them down to your sides or to your lap. Do a little body scan. Are you feeling tension in your body? I'm feeling tension in my shoulders, and that is a message to me that as I've been doing these movements, I haven't been relaxing my shoulders. So next time I do the set, I'll remember to focus my attention on my shoulders. And so what we've done here is we've done 12 movements in each direction. So we've done 24 movements. It's a lot of movements. And so we're at the end of the session. Next session we'll go on and do more. So any questions?